Leading off today, we got a story here out of the New Republic about Tulsi Gabbard doing her Senate meetings and some of the anonymous opinions coming out of there. More deep state shenanigans. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, let's get to it. A lot of eye rolls. Tulsi Gabbard face plants with Senate Republicans. Don't you love the term face plants? Just got to make sure they get that in there. Tulsi is flopping with her meetings to persuade Senate Republicans to back her unpopular nomination as Donald Trump's Director of National Intelligence, according to a report from The Hill published Friday. Unpopular with who? Unpopular with the deep state, with the forever state, with the entrenched state. That's who it's unpopular with. As we continue here, it's just going to get more anonymous, more leaks, and we'll run down a list of names who very likely these leaks are from. She was proving a little shallow, like a House member talking at a hearing and not someone who needs to provide the president's daily intelligence briefing. One source familiar with the meetings told The Hill. What source? Anyone we should know about? It seems that in her exchanges, Gabbard has been all sound, no fury. One Senate Republican who called Gabbard's meetings BS sessions said that several Republicans were left wanting more substantive responses. Were they? Well, what were the questions? That's really something important here too. I've heard that she's not very well prepared, the Republican senator said. I've heard not great things. A second Senate Republican said she's elicited a lot of eye rolls from senators. One Senate GOP aide, whose member met with Gabbard, said her disastrous audiences with Senate Republicans don't make it easy for her to gain the support that she needs to be confirmed. She's got some work to do if she wants the job. The more she meets with serious people, the more they'll see there's a competency deficit. Competency deficit from Tulsi Gabbard. These people are the most incompetent people on earth. And they're telling you that this lieutenant colonel in the Army is incompetent. Really? These are the Senate Republicans. The most incompetent people on earth. Yet another Senate Republican noted that Gabbard's issues stemmed from having to walk back her position opposing reauthorization of FISA, a foreign spying tool that she would have to defend as head of national intelligence. Would she have to defend that? If the president orders it just gone away with, or it's not reauthorized by Congress, does she have to defend it? Why does she have to defend it? That's a little farther down here. We'll get into that. Gabbard's bid for the high-ranking role has faced significant criticism, not only because she lacks experience in the intelligence profession, but also because of her penchant for defending some of the world's worst violent autocrats. But of course, she and Trump have that in common. That is what this is all about. This is an opinion piece utilizing anonymous Republican senators, anonymous Republican Senate aides, all bashing her because she is not a member of the deep state. Lacks intelligence experience. These are the people who told us of the yellow cake in Iraq. These are the people who brought you Syria. Look at Syria now. A shining example of democracy, isn't it? As ISIS in suits takes over. Libya, how those human slave markets going again? was the shining beacon in Africa. Yeah, Gaddafi wasn't exactly a stellar human being, but that country wasn't exactly the crap hole it is today. I'm going to show you the response from the Trump team, which is spot on. These cowardly, anonymous sources are desperately trying to hold on to power, so they hide behind the media to spread these falsities that direct subvert the will of the American people. President Trump won with the mandate for change in the American people, and one of the reasons he nominated Lieutenant Colonel Gabbard for DNI, Henning said in a statement. Change. To get you scum out of power. The Senate Republicans are going to be a huge problem. A huge problem. This is just one sign. What they're doing to Hegseth is another. What they did to Gates, what they did to Matt Gates, clearly the Senate Republicans are a huge issue. If you think that you're going to get the ideal Supreme Court justice out of this Senate, you're mistaken. Mitch McConnell is still clearly plenty in control here. And who are the Republicans who are probably just kind of leaking this out? Mitch McConnell, very likely. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Pat Toomey. Any one of them. Any one of them is leaking this out. And it's probably BS. Because they're trying to paint a picture. They're trying to create something that very likely isn't. Tulsi Gabbard has never come across as unprepared. Tulsi has never come across as an idiot. These people are painting her out to be an unprepared fool. Trump derangement syndrome runs deep in the United States Senate on the Republican side. Don't even have to mention the Democrat. That goes without saying. President Trump needs to keep an eye on the Senate. Keep them in line. I wish Rand Paul would have been elected Senate leader. I don't think this would happen nearly as much. But there you have it. Anonymity on deep background. Won't give up their name. You'll never know who they are. But a lot of Eyerolls, Tulsi Gabbard face plants with Senate Republicans. I have a feeling this story is complete BS as they try to torpedo her nomination like they did Gates, like they're trying to do with Hegseth, like they're going to try to do with every single nomination that the president puts forward. You watch. A lot of people predicted the House would be a problem because of the thin majority we have there. It's going to be the Senate. Because you've got some deep state actors here who do not want to give up power and have been there forever. Mitch McConnell, even though he's retiring and is no longer the leader, excuse me, I was a little disbelief there. Been there since when? God? Mitt Romney, he's as faithful to the cause as any Judas is. Jeez. These are the Republicans. Susan Collins. President Trump, watch out for the Senate. They're going to be an issue. They're going to be an issue your entire presidency. These people need to be primaried out. They need to be primaried out. We'll never know who they are because they'll never give up their sources, and that's fine. I think we know who they are. They're the ones who need to be primaried out. Hopefully we're able to do that. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's all I got.